Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful. I'd like to welcome you, dear viewers, to another in the series, In the Light of Islam. And with that, I greet you, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah's peace and blessing be upon you. And thank you for being with us in this series, in which we have sought to clarify the Islamic position with regard to problems which our viewers have sent in. In the previous segment, we're looking at some questions from a young girl from Dubai who was in grade 10, and she questioned us concerning drawing and the liking of actors and talking to boys, etc., and we answered those questions. There remained one question in which she said, I sometimes get gas problems, and because of it, it is hard for me to pray. So during my prayers, if my wudu breaks, I sometimes continue because I know that if I do it again, it will break again. So what shall I do? Now, the issues of gas. First and foremost, I would say that they may be due to certain foods that you're eating. So it's important for you to find out what is the cause and then avoid these, so you don't have this problem. Try to remove the problem first. But in the meantime, what to do? The point is that if you are in a state where you are unable to prevent yourself, where the passing of wind or gas is a constant thing, constantly, such a situation, then it's permissible for you to make ablution once and then do your prayer. Make your ablution before each prayer. However, I'm sure this is not really the case with a young person like yourself, and that just, from time to time, when you're praying, it becomes very strong when you break. In such a time, what you do is that you go and make your wudu over again, and you struggle. You may do some exercises, because there are certain exercises which help you to pass whatever gas is in your stomach. There are certain exercises which you can do, which you do, these are physical exercises which you do, which help the gas to pass from your body, and then you're in a better position to make the prayers. But for you, I would tend to think that it's not a chronic problem, meaning that it's a continual thing, that you're just passing gas all the time, like every 5 minutes, every few minutes you're passing gas, that you have no ability, physically you have no ability to stop this gas from passing. If you're not in that kind of situation, then you cannot continue in the prayer in that state. If you're praying and you pass gas, then you must stop the prayer immediately, go and make wudu over again. That is the basic principle in Islamic law. Even if you're praying in a group, you could be praying with a group of other women in the mosque or whatever. If you pass gas, pass wind, you must leave the prayer immediately, because the prayer is not accepted. As the Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessing be upon him, he said that prayer is not accepted by a person who is not in a state of tahara and wudu until they make that tahara or wudu. We have a question from, a couple of questions here from Aisha in Dubai. Short questions. Should women cover their aura while taking ablution? If a woman is making wudu, ablution, washing herself for prayer, is it required for her to cover her aura? That is, to cover the parts of her body except for her face and hands. Now, there are two issues here. If she's in the presence of men, then she should not expose herself while making wudu. We discussed this in a previous program. But now, some people are promoting the idea, mistakenly, that if a woman, for example, is in her home, she's by herself, she's in the bathroom, that she has to cover herself up while making wudu. No, it's not a requirement. You're in the bathroom, you're wearing whatever you wear in your house to make wudu, and your aura, maybe part of your leg, part of your arms, your hair is exposed whilst making wudu in private. This is perfectly permissible. The second question, should women cover their feet while praying? Many of them do not cover. The Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessing be upon his wife, Salama, when she was questioned about a woman praying in a dress, a shirt-like dress, long, she said that the Prophet, had instructed them that it is not permissible for a woman to pray in these garments except if it is loose, not form-fitting, showing the shape of the body, and it is long and covers the tops of their feet. So the tops of the feet from the dress that they're wearing should be covered by the garment during prayer. If the garment happens to be a bit short, then they should wear some stocking, some socks or something like this. If it covers the tops of the feet, but when they bend or whatever, something gets exposed, this is not a requirement for them to then wear socks. But it's just under normal conditions, when they stand for prayer, etc., the tops of the feet are covered because this is a part of the aura. It's a part of the woman's body which should not be exposed. The Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessing be upon him, had said, when a young woman reaches puberty, nothing should be seen of her except for her face and hands. This has been specified. The feet are a part of the aura. So they shouldn't be exposed under normal circumstances, meaning that the garment that is being worn outside of the home, etc., should normally cover the feet. With that, dear viewers, I would like to conclude this program, hoping that you will continue to follow the segments as they unfold, sharing with us the thoughts of our viewers, as well as the Islamic explanations to their queries and questions. And we'd like to hear from you also. You may write into us, to me, Dr. Bilal Phillips, at Sharjah TV, in the Light of Islam, P.O. Box 111, Sharjah. Or you may call to the Islamic Information Center in Dubai, 358-190. Thank you, dear viewers. And with that, I bid you farewell. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.